Hello, YouTube. This Dirty Truckn, back home at ground zero. Back home at ground zero. This is where all my employment begins and ends. Right here at home. My employment search, my journey, or whatever you want to call it, begins right here at home on my laptop, searching for work, whether it be local or lease purchase. Back home, why? Because everybody know I done been termed Dirty Truckn, fired again. Fired because some driver called in and decided he wanted to be the YouTube police and alert my company, Rising of Brothers, about my YouTube video, which really wasn't anything wrong with. I'm doing no more than all these other drivers was doing, reporting stuff that these trucking companies are doing that they shouldn't be doing to the drivers. Woo! Got our reporter on in the background. Ooh, excuse me. I love me some jazz. This is the baddest saxophonist ever. The man's name is Art Porter. Gone too soon. Rest in peace, man. 35. Died in a boating accident over there in Thailand. He was 35. Baddest saxophone ever. Let me give you a little listen real quick before I get into this little video. See, that's what fired people do. We get to come home and listen to jazz because we ain't got nothing to do. I ain't got no job, no employment to go to. Nothing to generate income yet because Rising a brother. So let me let you listen to little Art Porter. You know, don't get all hyped up now. I want to find this video and be out there jamming off me now. Wait a minute now. It's a bad man. It's Art Porter. Ah, shoot. I know y'all want to pull y'all trucks over and get down and do a little something back there in that sleep berth area. Bad man, I'm telling you, now this is how you play a saxophone. See, when I be out there rolling, when I'm lease purchasing on my truck, this is what I'm jamming to out there. Because I'm from Detroit. My music be blasting. They know when I'm in town. Let y'all hear a little bit more of it, then I'm going to flip back over to my video. Down, Art Porter. See, if you go on my truck, this is what you be listening to. That's why I don't team, I don't train, I don't ride nobody. We be jamming too much. Go on, Mr. Porter. Mr. Art Porter out of Little Rock, Arkansas. It's a bad man. Art Porter, y'all. You can see my little jazz figurines. I'm telling you, I love me some jazz. I need to be playing the instrument. Hell, they keep firing my ass. I'm going to be playing the instrument anyway, because I ain't got no job. I think I'm going to have to learn a different trade or something. Go on, Mr. Porter. Wait a minute. Don't do it to him like that. I suggest if you listening or looking at this video, you pull the truck over, put it in park, go off duty. Cause I'm telling you, this music gonna make you wanna do a little something. Okay, let me flip back over to my video. It's Dirty Truckn at home, back at ground zero, terminated. This video I'm getting into. The lease, what they doing with the lease. You know what they doing? I'm just going to be frank with you. Y'all ain't going to like to hear this, but somebody got to tell you. Because I've been out there long enough, and I done figured out what they doing. Y'all being pimped. We was pimped. We being pimped by the fleet companies. They pimping us for the money we can make for them. We truckers that's in lease purchase right now, truckers. I'm sorry, you ain't going to want to hear this, but I got to tell you. And it might be easier for the men to hear this because it's coming from a female. We they hoes. We is. We the trucking company hoes. We is. Because what they do? What do pimps? What do pimps do? They send they hoes out to go make that money and bring it back to them. Ain't that what the trucking company doing? Through they lease. They hire us. They seen us. They liked us. And what pimps do? They make sure they got their proper clothing, change of clothing. What ain't that what the trucking company do? Tell you to come with all these change of clothes and everything. Because we they hoes. I'm telling you. They pimping us for the money. That's what the lease is, the old tricky lease. Just cause it's, let me tell you something. Just cause it's in the lease don't make it legal. We being pimped. That's what we being. We being pimped by these trucking companies. They got you already geared, set up to go out there and work them streets. That's what we doing. You running the highway. Now, men, I know y'all don't want to hear that. You don't want to know that. You don't want to know. I know this gonna come as a shock to you, but you they hoes. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, you being pimped by your own company. They sending you out there to make that money, and they putting it in a lease to take your money. I'm telling you, you being pimped by that lease. Just because it's in the lease don't make it legal. And that's what they've been getting away with, pimping us through the lease. Putting all this little nonsense in the lease, talking about it's legal, get us up there in that orientation. Yeah, that's how they do. Ain't that how them pimps do? They gather all their hoes together, had a little meeting before he sent them out there on the street. That's what the trucking company does. We they hoes, I'm telling you. They pimping us to bring that money back to them. That's who getting the money. And then what they do, just like the pimp do, if they don't come back with that money, what they do, backslap you, backhand you. You gone, you out. See, trucking is called starve you out. Pimping is choke your ass. That's what they do. That's what they do. I'm telling you, we being pimped by the trucking industry. And I've been trying to get to somebody to get this stuff stopped. Because I'm tired of my money being taken. I'm back home at ground zero. It take money to maintain an apartment. It take money to pay the rent. I don't have money coming in now. And I'm sitting up here being pimped by the trucking company. Then I'm being pimped by the casinos because now I have to resort to risking my little money, going down to the casino to see if I can generate any kind of income. And what they doing? They pimping me too. They taking my money too. So I'm sitting up here risking everything and I ain't getting nothing. And for what? And I ain't do nothing. All because a driver called in. I guess that was an unsatisfied customer or somebody. Somebody called in on me talking about my YouTube page. What about my YouTube page? Tell me what's wrong about my YouTube page. Because it's thousands of YouTube pages out here about drivers talking about the same thing. What done happened at the company? Well, what's going on at the company? And letting you know if you come to the company, this is what's going to happen. What's wrong with my videos? No. I guess I was out of control and I got pimp slapped by my company. I'm telling you, we being pimped by the trucking industry, and they doing it through they lease, and they making it legal. The government ain't doing nothing about it, but they know about it. So the government, you know about all this. We getting pimped out there. We they hoes. They got us working the highway, the streets, and bringing them their money legally. And the government know about this. I'm gonna call my senators. I'm reporting all this. I'm tired. People getting on here, calling up, causing problems at my job, trying to go behind my back, talking about I'm crazy, I'm a crazy driver. I ain't crazy. If you've been out here long enough, you already know the game. You know what they're doing. I've been at least long enough to know that that's what you doing. You pimping me. You pimping the men and the female. You don't care. We they hoes. We running the highway and we bringing that money through what we make and generate running the miles. I'm telling you, we being pimped out. That's why we ain't got no money. The pimp taking it. And then if we stand up mouth off, we get pimp slapped. That's what they doing to us. So I just wanted to be the one to break it to the men to tell you what I discovered out there. What's going on with this lease. Just because it's in the lease don't make it legal. But you being pimped. We they hoes. Lease purchase drivers. We they hoes. I'm sorry. That's not a bad word. That's a common word. It can mean anything. But in trucking, we they hoes. We doing exactly what the pimps would do to the real hoes. They sent us out there in them streets to generate that doggone money and bring it back to them. But they getting it through the lease. But what happened when we mouth off? We stand up. We gone. Just like they do them real hoes out there. They get rid of them. Choke them out. Choking out for us and starving us out. That's what they do. I'm telling you. We being pimped out. Let me tell you, I'm gonna prove it to you. You don't think trucking companies these fleet companies pimping? Let me tell you what pimps do. They get their girls together, tell them to get all these outfits. But in trucking, it's majority men out there. So y'all the ones being pimped. You was pimped out way before the females got in because we just really getting back out there. Y'all was being pimped out big time. And I'm sorry to tell you, but I'm a female, and I thought it would go over easy hearing it from a female that they treat y'all, they hoes. I'm telling y'all, y'all lease purchase drivers is the fleet company's hoes. Y'all being pimped out. They got y'all coming in. What they tell you to do? Bring change of clothing. How many change of clothing they tell you to bring? Because they want you to have them outfits so you be ready to run the streets in any climate. That's what pimps do. They pimping you, and they got all your money. And what they do, when you try to get it back, they terminate you. Your ass throwed out. You ain't got no truck. If you got any money, get home. If you got a home to get to. That's what them pimps do. You being a disobedient hoe in the trucking industry. That's what they doing, I'm telling you. They pimping us. We done been pimped. And I'm tired of being pimped through their lease. So, I done got with my senators and I done reported this. Just because it's, and let me remember these words, just because it's in a lease, don't make it legal. You can write up any kind of lease. You can put anything in it. But don't make it legal. They are swindling, pimping us, taking money through their lease. And that's not legal. It's not. And the government need to do something about it. The overseer of the truck and transportation industry, you need to know about this. They treating us like we hoes out there. We out here running the highway. We away from home. Got us going around all these different people sleeping in the back of the truck. You done provided us a bed. Everything. Sleeper cab. You call it a sleeper truck. You done got us all the necessities to pimp us out there running the highway. We being pimped out with they hoes. Via sleeper truck. Got the bed and everything back there. Some of them got high tech. They make sure you got the TV and fridge. Oh, they making sure you all comfortable back there to pimp that money back to them. Got us pimped out running the highway. That's what they doing. We they hoes. I'm sorry, that's what you are. And men, y'all been in this industry longer than us. You been they hoes through lease purchase. And I got pimped out too. Yeah, I'm back home terminated. But I was a disobedient one. That's why I get terminated. So I'm back home, back at ground zero. But I'm reporting this. I'm just letting y'all know. Y'all being pimped out through the lease. Just because it's in the lease don't make it legal. That's how they getting away with all this stuff. All this little funny business going on and all this little nonsense. They're putting tricky wording in the lease and getting you to sign it and stand up there and tell you it's just a standard lease, standard contract. Ain't nothing in there you need to read over. Yes, you do. And then when you do read over, you don't recognize the little tricky stuff in there because they got a word that's so clever and they get you to sign it. See, before you sign it, it ain't legal. Once you do sign it, it's legal for them. But what's in that lease don't mean it's legal. Let me say that again. They generate the lease. Once you sign that lease, it becomes legal for that fleet company. Now, just because you sign the lease don't mean what's in that lease is legal. Got that? Stop being pimped out there. We being pimped, taken. We been run up down the highway. We being used to generate money. We being pimped out. We they hoe. We they highway hoes. That's what we is. We running that highway and they pimping us out. Stop, y'all. If you hear something in that orientation and it make you pause, that means something wrong. If they tell you something about that lease and it make you pause, that means something wrong. Non-refundable mean they taking your money. I understand you be in situations. I was in a situation too. I went there. They pimped me out for 3 weeks. They terminated me because I'm disobedient. I don't like being pimped out. You're not going to take my money and I don't get nothing fun. I ain't going to be paying for your equipment. I'm not going to be financing you all this money and running the highway. You're not going to be using me pimping my money. I want my money back. Stop being used out there with trucking. They pimping us out through that lease. We they highway hoes. It's dirty trucking. I just told you what the real deal is. What you really is. What lease purchase drivers really are. We they highway hoes. Ta-ta now, you heard it from Dirty Trucking.